I'm back. Shalom, sisters. We getting into part 3 of I'm an Israelite. What's next? Get into it. Okay. This is for sisters only. Okay. Okay. So I had to break this up in 3 parts because, I just had to break it up in 3 parts because it was getting too long. The last video was like 85 minutes. And I want it to be easily accessible. I be trying not to make my videos so long because I know Israel's attention span just be not there. But Lord willing, I can do better with that. But so we left off on verse tip 13. And yeah, we're going to get into it. So I want to give all great praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Call Yahweh Hashem Hashakom Yahushai. Giving all praise, honor, glory to who the world ignorantly calls God in Jesus Christ. And we're going to get into 13. Tip number 13 for a new sister in this truth. Know how to fast. Know how to fast correctly. If you don't know what fasting is when you don't drink any water or eat any food for 24 hours. You can go longer for 24 hours, but the correct official way to do a fast is for a day, which is 24 hours. So there's no water fast in the truth. I'm just gonna be the first one to tell you. There's no I'm gonna drink water and just not eat and that's gonna be my fast. You're not really truly afflicting yourself. And you gonna feel it in your chest the first time you fast, you're gonna feel it. Just best believe. But as you continue to fast, you fast once a week, twice a week, whatever the case may be, you get used to it. So be patient with yourself. Definitely push yourself to go for that 24 hours. It's gonna benefit you in the long run, and you don't want to be too prideful to not want to fast because you just so obsessed with food. You don't want to idolize food. So you should be able to risk all things, just like we talked about in part 2. Count all things lost, like Paul said, for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You can go without eating for a day. I promise you will not die. You will not fall out. Just make sure you hydrate before. Eat a nice meal before you start, but you will be fine. And again, this is for the sisters. New sisters in the truth. So So I'm going to get the precepts. Knowing how to fast. So we're going to get the book of Esther, chapter 4. Let me get there, y'all. Kind of got a headache trying to come. Slack, y'all. Ain't no way. I passed it already. Okay, there it is. Esther chapter 4 and verse. Let me get verse 16. And it reads, "Go, gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan, and fast ye for me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days, night or day. I also and my maidens will fast likewise, and so will I go in unto the king, which is not according to the law, and if I perish, I perish." Shalawam. But right there, our righteous foremother Esther. I highly recommend reading the book of Esther. It's a beautiful, beautiful account, and one of our high holy days comes from the book of Esther. So definitely get into that. Esther busted a fast. She was real humble. She even put dung on her head. Poop. She put poop on her head to humble herself before the Lord. So how much more you? You can not eat and drink for 24 hours. You can do that. I have faith in you. You can do all things through Christ. Philippians 4:13. So you gotta keep that in mind. They fasted for 3 days. Didn't eat for day or night for 3 days. You can do a 24-hour fast. And eventually, Lord willing, you'll be built up in the spirit. After you done fasted a couple of times, you can do a 2-day fast, 48-hour fast, 72-hour fast, 36 hours, whatever the case may be. But make sure it's 24 hours. Make sure it's a full, complete fast. No 12-hour fast. 24. Push yourself. You can do it. You can do all things through Christ. You can do it. You can go 24 hours without eating. I promise you can. And make sure your fasts are profitable. Don't be sleeping your whole fast. Trying to sleep and just try to pass the time by so you can eat again. That's off. That defeats the whole purpose. You're supposed to be humbling yourself and afflicting yourself so that you can neglect your flesh and lift up your spirit. When you're not eating real food during your fast, this is what you need to be eating. The Lord said man cannot live by just bread alone, but by the words of the Most High. Sit. Okay. Slacky, y'all. I'm gonna get another account of an account of a righteous foremother fasting. Now we're gonna get an account in Jonah where they fasted, and Lord willing, even if you have pets, just like me, obviously you see I got a dog. I got 2 dogs. Let me show y'all. I have 2 dogs, and they fast as well. When I'm fasting, they fasted. Nobody eating. Even though they broke their fast today. Earlier today. Well, not today, but the other day they had drank some water. But you just gotta be mindful. So don't be. I'm telling you, make sure you let them pets fast too. But yeah, the other day they broke their fast. But what was I gonna get? Jonah. Slocky, y'all. My mind. This is the book of Jonah, chapter 3. 3 verse 5. And it reads, so the people of Nineveh believed Yahweh and proclaimed a fast and put on sackcloth from the greatest of them even to the least of them. For word came unto the king of Nineveh, and he arose from his throne, and he laid his robe from him and covered him with sackcloth and sat in ashes. And he caused it to be proclaimed and published through Nineveh by the decree of the king and his nobles, saying, let neither man nor beast, herd nor flock taste anything. Taste anything. You shouldn't be tasting anything during your fast. Nothing should be in your mouth but spit. Spit. That should be the only thing touching your tongue. Ain't no drinking water in the shower. Trying to sneak some water because you're thirsty, your mouth dry. No. Endure through it. And the rest of the verse says, let them not feed nor drink water. So boom. And it's true, you gotta go precept upon precept. So that I just pulled 2 accounts right there. You shouldn't be tasting anything. There's no such thing as a water fast. There's no such thing as a fruit fast. I mean, if you just want to do that just to do that, more power to you. But if you're saying that you're fasting, a biblical fast, you're not drinking water. You're not eating snacks. You're not drinking the water from the shower. You're not doing none of that. If you're fasting, it needs to be 24 hours. No eating, no drinking. Eat you a good, nice meal before you start. Drink some water, hydrate. Do what you gotta do before you start. But after you start, ain't no food, ain't no drink. None of that. Exactly, you have to be denying your flesh. I'm talking about dying. You have to deny your flesh. Nothing in this truth is easy. So you best believe the first time you fast is gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, but it's something new. It's something your body gotta get used to, and your spirit will thank you for it later. I promise. And it's gonna help you out in the long run, because when Jacob's trouble, all hell break loose. The food prices are already going up. The dollar from the crash, all type of stuff. World War III is gonna be happening. You're out of your mind if you think you're getting 3 meals a day, every day. You just gotta be realistic. Prepare your mind, body, and spirit for the times to come. Fast. Uplift your spirit. This is what it's for. The Lord does things for a reason. Fasting isn't meant to be grievous. You should be happy to fast. You should be happy to fast. Dang, like, oh, I'm so excited we fasting. This day, that day. I can't wait to, get these scripts, really uplift my spirit. My spirit been needing this, man. Get these demons off of me. Fast when you got these demons off of you. If you're really struggling with a certain demon, it seems like you can't shake it, you need to be doing a fast and you need to be praying. Constantly. Some things you will be dealing with until, the Lord comes back. But you can be doing your best to suppress that lust. Suppress any type of demon that you're working with, that you're dealing with, that, the Lord is giving you to be dealing with in your life. You need to be fasting and praying, trying to get it off. And I'm going to get that precept. Yeah, I'm going to get that precept. Matthew. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 16. And it reads, Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when thou fastest, anoint thy head and wash thy face, that thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. So you don't want to be that sister. You fasting and you going to work or you going to school and everybody's like, what's wrong? Like, are you okay? Are you hungry? Like, you look so sad today. Like, what's going on? You shouldn't be looking pitiful. Get it together. Act like it's nothing. Because really it's nothing. For real. Obviously it's going to be hard for the first time. Maybe first couple times. But you got to get it together. Fix your face. Fix your face. You shouldn't be looking like you just absolutely starving. Even if you are. No. Cardi, come here. Cardi. Dog's bad, bro. And fasting for the right reasons, not for right, con, not for the new 2023 BMW, con. You shouldn't be fasting for vanity at all. You shouldn't be fasting so that you can get your hair did, your nails did. That's off. You shouldn't be really praying for that type of stuff anyway. You should be praying for things that are going to profit you. Cardi. Cardi, come. That dog bad, bro. Okay. Slocky, I'll kill you. You cannot be right here. What was I gonna say? Sister brought out a mighty point. Don't be fasting for vanity. Fast that the Lord increases your spirit. Fast that the Lord don't take you out the truth. Pray that the Lord don't destroy you. That's what you should be fasting and praying on. Fast for more faith. You gotta move. You gotta move. You move, poops. You're not gonna be bothering me. Okay. I think that's all I had. Wait, maybe. Sit. You heard me calling you? Sit. Move. Sit. You're starting to get on my nerves. Okay. So, I wanted to touch on one thing that said in one of the verses. Because don't be looking like you haven't eaten in 3 days. And make sure that you wash your face up. Don't be having crust in your eyes when you out in public and, your lips all dry and crackled up. Put some Vaseline on. Look like it's a normal day. Because it is a normal day. You're just fasting. Nobody should know that you're fasting. Nobody. Just you and the Lord. Unless you're busting a fast with a sister or you're busting a fast with your king. Nobody should know. Nobody should know but you and the Lord and that person that you're fasting with. And, yeah, I think that's all I had. Yeah. And tip number 14. Tip number 14 is go precept upon precept. Go precept upon precept. When you study and show yourself approved, when you hearing about new things you never heard before, study to show yourself approved by going precept upon precept. And we're going to pull that. And that's Isaiah. No, look at you. Isaiah 28. Bear with me. Oh wait, I'm tripping. Sorry guys. Okay. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 10. Actually, I'm gonna start at 9. It reads, Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. So, boom, right there. Whom shall he teach knowledge? Whom shall he make to understand doctrine? How do we understand doctrine? First we get the milk. You seeing the milk again. We were just talking about the milk in the previous live. So, boom, here it is again. We have to understand the milk. We have to be able to, drink all the milk, understand, the law, the commandments, do what you got to do in this truth. And then you get weaned from the breast. You get taken off the breast. You get taken off the titty. When when you're a baby, your mom, she take you out the titty. You start eating, soft foods, the baby food. And then you start eating cereal, little solid foods. You got to build yourself up. It's the same thing in this truth. It's just spiritual. Everything is spiritual. You got to learn that. So once you're drawn from the breast, then you go from verse 10. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. So some doctrines, they don't do that. It just be one precept and then they just, that's what it is, close the book. No, you have to go precept upon precept. Go to the Old Testament, go to the New Testament, go to the Apocrypha. Get you precept on precept. Multiple verses. That's what a precept is. A precept is a verse that backs up another verse, or an idea or a concept in this truth. So you want to go precept upon precept. And so why do I keep saying verse? Tip number 15. Keep the commandments. Keep the commandments. Keep the commandments. They're all throughout this wonderful, wonderful book. But it's so important. We gotta follow. We gotta keep the commandments. We gotta keep the commandments. If we don't keep the commandments, we don't get the kingdom. Period. Point blank, period. You're not in the truth if you don't keep the commandments. So I'm gonna get 1 John 2 and 3, the classic. And it reads, and hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments. You don't even know the Lord if you don't keep the commandments. You don't know the Lord. You know somebody that you just made up in your mind. Imaginary. False God. It says right here, plain and simple. And hereby we do know that we know him. We know that we know him when we follow the law / commandments. That's written. That's plain. And then verse 4 reads, he that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him. But whoso keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of Yahweh perfected. Hereby know we that we are in him. So boom. I'm going to get the next one too. Verse 6. He that saith he abideth in him ought himself also so to walk even as he walked. Brethren. Oh, wait, no, I'm going to stop right there. But right there, we got to walk like Yahweh Shai walked. Everything that's in this book is literally the blueprint. This is the blueprint right here. The guidelines of our life. We follow the law, statutes, commandments. We walk like Yahweh Shai walked. And we good. We good. Well, when we get in that kingdom, that's what we got to do. That's how we know the Lord. You don't know the Lord if you just doing your own thing in this thing. Just cruising on by thinking that the Lord dealing with you. But he's not. And you don't know him. And I'm going to get 1 John 5 and 3. While we're at it. While we're here. This is the book of 1 John chapter 5 verse 3, and it reads, "For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous." The commandments are not grievous. When you're doing this truth, don't think, oh dang, it's so many commandments, like how can I even freaking... You ask the Lord to. You ask the Lord to. Take it day by day. Study each commandment and just do it. You do all these other things. You do multiple things. You do more things than you think you do. But these commandments are not grievous. They're not hard. They're moral. Simple, basic morals. You know, and sometimes, you know, even people in the world, they subconsciously follow the commandments. Some commandments, you know. So it's not hard. It's not grievous. Don't ever let Satan make you think that it's grievous, because it's not. It's not. And your life will be much, much better following these law, statutes, commandments. I promise you. I promise you that. You can go through it. You're going to go through it. But it's going to be better. You'll have peace of mind knowing that, you know, you're doing the right thing. You're still fighting. You're still enduring. You're still being a soldier in this thing. And I'm going to get... my back. 1 Peter 3:1. Fine. So this is for... Actually, I don't think I want to pull that for this. Yeah, I'm not going to pull that for this. Okay. I'm going to get Deuteronomy 12:10. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 12 verse 10, and it reads, "But when..." That's not right. Wait. Am I tripping? I don't know why I pulled that one, but disregard that one. We already read Ecclesiastes 12:13 earlier, saying that literally the duty of man is to fear God and keep his commandments. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And the rest will come. Yeah. Bruh. She's weird, bruh. She's weird. Next tip is tip 16. Tip 16, don't give up. Don't give up when you fall, and you need to count the cost in this thing. When you first come into this truth, am I willing to forsake my family for this? Your flesh is going to be like, no, like, I love my family, like, da-da-da-da. But you got to keep in mind that it's happened. It's happened in this truth. And that could very well be your lot. It could not be. But you got to be prepared. You got to count the cost. You got to read these precepts and know what's to come for the people who strive for the truth unto death, who go hard for this thing, who leave all the wickedness alone in the world to fight for the Lord, to serve the Lord in sincerity, truly, 100%, 144%. So you got to count the cost in this thing. So I'm going to get Proverbs chapter 24, I think 16. Alright, this book of Proverbs chapter 24, verse 16. And it reads, "For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief." So, in this truth, you're going to fall. You're going to fall, you're going to mess up, you're going to do something wicked, you're going to go off. But you got to repent and keep it pushing. You can't get caught up in it and be so sad and you fall into a depression and boom, you got the truth. Or you don't want to just be ruthless and just be going off, but you don't give a freak about it. You don't give a freak about it. You don't want to be like that, because you're going to be sifted out of the truth very quickly. Because Because it says the wicked shall fall into mischief. When you fall, you can't just stay there. You can't just stay there and be like, oh, well, I done messed up and it's too late now. The Lord ain't dealing with me and forget it. It's pointless. We don't want to do that. Because we all fall in this truth. We all got to go hard. We all got to do everything we can to stay and keep our heads above water. And it's true. You're not the only one fighting demons. That's why two is better than one, like we said earlier. My hair popping out. But, let me get another precept. 1 Peter 4:12. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12, and it reads, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. So boom, you should be happy that the Lord is dealing with you. If you're not going through anything, you should be deeply concerned. Deeply concerned. If you're not going through anything, you're not being tried through the spirit, you're not going through nothing hard, tough, life just kind of going smooth for you, you should be, dang, I must not be doing something right. Because you're going to be hated of all men in this truth. People are going to scoff at you. People are going to try you, irritate you, get on your nerves. Say you're in a cult. Say you're doing the wrong thing. Say you're stupid, slow, wicked, evil, racist, whatever the case may be. Talking about people in the world, though, obviously. But you got to keep in mind, like, if you're not going through anything, then how are you going to get better? You're not. You're going to be the same old. I cannot think of no E names. Same old Tanya. You don't want to be same old Tanya. You don't want to be the same person you were when you first came into this truth. You should be elevating. Every single day you should be getting better. Getting better and better. So, thinking not strange, like, dang, like, why is this happening to me? It's spoken of in the Bible. You're gonna go through things. If you're following this, you're gonna go through things. You're gonna be fighting spiritual wickedness in high places. It's gonna be deeper than just flesh and blood. You're gonna be really fighting demons. And it's gonna be something you ain't never experienced before. I promise you, but you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. You still gotta count the cost in this thing. Be like, hey, can I really be in this truth? Am I really ready for affliction? Do I really want the kingdom? Because Acts 14:22 says, through many afflictions, through much tribulation, we must enter the kingdom of Yahweh. Hold on. I'm gonna pull that. Alright. Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of God. Through much tribulation, you enter into the kingdom of God. So if you think you're going to be in the truth, you're not going to go through nothing hard, I hate it for you. You'll be greatly disappointed. So you got to continue in the faith. You got to keep going no matter how hard it gets. We almost there. And tip 17 is to put the Most High first. Put the Most High first and fight the flesh. Fight the flesh. And we're going to get Matthew chapter 26. Ooh, my bad. Matthew chapter 26 and verse 41. And it reads, Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Sorry. You gotta be watching and praying. Watch the times. Watch the news. Watch the prophecies coming to pass. We don't have a lot of time. This is a grace period right now. The Lord is showing signs upon the earth right now as we speak that he's coming back. He's coming back for those that are going hard for him. He's coming back for those that are serious about Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Serious about this truth. You don't want to be not watching or praying, getting your spirit right, or else you're going to get sifted out of this thing. Your flesh is weak. This flesh, this body we're renting, weak. weak. That's why we gotta fast as well. We gotta fast because we gotta neglect our flesh. Fight against the flesh. Beat up those spiritual demons, Satan. Get in the ring with him. Put your set up. You gotta do it. So, let me get Matthew 6:24. All right, this is the book of Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. And it reads, "No man can serve two masters, for he will either hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold on to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. You cannot serve God and man. You cannot serve money and Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You cannot serve two masters. It's impossible. It's impossible. You will love one more than the other. And if you love money, men, whatever the case may be, more than the Most High God, the Lord's going to take you out of this thing because you're lukewarm. You don't love the Lord for real. You got to love the Lord more than anybody, more than anything. This got to be literally all you got because the Lord is all you got at the end of the day. You got to work out your own salvation. You got to fast. You got to pray. You got to put the Most High first before anything and everybody. Show the Lord that you really want this thing. And I'm going to get 1 Corinthians chapter 10:21. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 21. "Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the table of devils." Boom. You can't still be partaking in, all the madness that you and your homegirls used to do in the world. Going to the kickbacks and going to the parties, shaking your behind like it ain't nothing. You can't be doing that. You cannot drink the cup of the devil, because that's of the devil. Exploiting yourself, showing your body off, not being virtuous, not being content, and being, my head, and not being discreet and shamefaced, not being modest, not carrying the fruits of the Spirit, You can't drink of the cup of the devils and the cup of the Lord. You can't. Then you're lukewarm and he's going to spit you out of your mouth. Spew you out of his mouth. We don't want that. You don't want to provoke the Lord to anger or jealousy because you're choosing to serve other gods and idolize other things, materialistic things, carnal things before the Lord. That's off. And tip 18. Tip 18 is to throw away immodest clothing. Throw away immodest clothing when you can and start dressing how you want to be addressed. Dress how you want to be addressed. As a woman, you shouldn't have your titties and your cleavage out, and you want to refrain from the real low cut things. Like this right here is as low as it gets. You don't see no cleavage. Move, sit, sit. Mercy slow, bro. Yeah. So just throw away immodest clothing when you can. If you know what's immodest, just don't even wear it. Lord willing, you have the funds to get some modest clothing. If you don't, try your best to cover up. And try not to get so caught up on it to the point where that's all you're thinking about. Like, oh, if I'm dressing modest, but you're not reading, you're not praying, you're not fasting. You want to be modest in the spirit as well. Modest in spirit, being discreet, carrying the fruits of the Spirit. And, just make sure that you have a just balance. You are carrying yourself, in a way that, the Lord would approve of. If you wouldn't wear it in front of the Lord, don't wear it on day-to-day life. Stop. Y'all about to go in the cage. Slack it, y'all. So, yeah. So, just trust the process. Eventually, you get more modest and more modest as you learn. And it's really a journey. It's a journey for real. Because I wasn't modest when I first came into the truth. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I wasn't. I thought I was, but I wasn't. That's why it's important to have sisters as well. You know, sisters like, hey, like, do you think this is modest? Take a picture of your outfit. Because you don't want to leave brothers in sin. That's the whole point. That's the whole point, is to respect yourself first and foremost. Respect your head, whether it's your husband or your Yahweh Shem Shai, because your Yahweh Shem Shai is your head, regardless, whether you're married or not. You don't want to disrespect the Lord, or you don't want to disrespect your head. So dress how you want to be addressed. Dress like you got some sense. Cover up. Don't be putting on no skin-tight dress. And nobody should know the form of your behind or your titties. So, this is 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. And it reads, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works. There you go. You should be modest and, you know, adorn yourself in modest apparel. And that's spiritual apparel and real apparel as well. Spiritual apparel, you know, discreet, quiet, meek woman, you know, a helpmeet to her king, etc., etc. You know, don't be too caught up in all getting your hair done, get the butterfly locks. You know, it's cool to wear that stuff if that's what you want to do, if that's what you subscribe to. But if not, you know, just make sure that you're not idolizing it. Don't make sure that you always got to have your hair done. You know, you're putting all your trust and your, you know, your everything into how you look, your outward appearance, because that's off. You should be worried about your spirit. Yahweh Shai wasn't even a real, you know, handsome looking man, according to Isaiah. I just learned that the other day. Yahweh Shai was not the best looking man. He was not comely. So how much more us? We shouldn't be putting our everything into our looks. We should be trying to get our spirits right, because our spirit is the one that's going to get us in and out of in or out of the kingdom. Not our looks, not, you know, how many gold rings we got in our head, and, you know, all that type of folly. So, yeah. Now, who got the big bust down watch, the Cuban necklace, bracelet? None of that. Nah. So, next I want to pull, I got 3 more tips left. Tip 19 is utilize the BLB app, the Blue Letter Bible app. So, the Blue Letter Bible app is where you'll see a lot of brothers and sisters use it, but it's very helpful for looking up definitions and words that you don't know when you come across when reading the scriptures. So if you don't know a word, you can look up the verse, and then go to the word, and the concordance will show you that the definition of that word. So the Blue Letter Bible app is very, very helpful. It goes into the Greek and the Hebrew. So just dive into that thing. And another thing, Paleo Hebrew, not modern Hebrew. Modern Hebrew is just not, it's not our language. It's just not ours. We deal with the Paleo Hebrew, not modern, not Yiddish, none of that other stuff. Paleo Hebrew. So just keep that in mind. Salakia, y'all. But so use the BLB app or the concordance for dictionary definitions and origins of words. And tip 20. Tip 20 is to never forsake the law. Never forsake the law. Never forsake the law. And I'm going to get that. Proverbs. Salakia, y'all. Let's look at Proverbs chapter 28. Verse 4. And it reads, Proverbs chapter 28 and 4. And it reads, they that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law contend with them. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. So it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing when you don't forsake the law. When you keep the law in your heart, it's always on your mind. You're always trying to find better ways to follow the commandments better. It's a beautiful thing, because the wicked, they forsake the law, and you see them every day. You'll see them every day. The wicked, they go about their day, they do what they want to do, whatever they please, they do it. They forsake the law, and they're wicked. The Lord will destroy them in their iniquities if they don't repent and come back to the Lord and follow the law, statutes, commandments. But con is whoever keeps the law, contend with them. Contend with them. If that sister's following the law, contend with them. Get next to the sister. Obviously, prove her first, but get with them. Cleave unto people like that, not cleave unto the wickedness and people who forsake the law. Don't give two freaks about the Bible or their salvation or any of that stuff. And because they don't understand judgment. They don't understand judgment of the Lord. They don't fear the Lord. That's not people you want to be around. So make sure that you seek in the Lord. Make sure you are with people who are trying to seek the Lord. And yeah. Come on. I'm gonna jump down to 7 too. Who's lucky? Verse 7. Whoso keepeth the law is a wise son, but he that is a companion of righteous men, riotous men, shameth his father. So if you keep the law, you're literally a wise daughter. You're a wise daughter, obviously, because we're not men. So you're a wise daughter in this thing. If you don't forsake the law, you follow the law, statutes, commandments, you're wise. You're considered wise in the scriptures. And if you're a companion of riotous men, the crazy Eves in the world, you shameth your father. And we're not talking about your worldly parents, because your worldly parents don't really care. They don't care what you do. So they just let you do whatever. But you shameth their Father in heaven, the Most High God. We don't want to be ashamed unto the Most High God. We don't. That's the last thing we want. And I'm going to get verse 9. And it reads, He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. So if you're in this truth and you're not trying to take this seriously, and you think that, all I got to do is just pray and have that Christian mindset, all I got to do is pray and the Lord, He got me. He can save me from destruction. No, absolutely not. If you turn your ear away from hearing the words of the law, following the law, statutes, and commandments that the Lord told you to do, if you don't do what your Father told you to do, what makes you think that you can, go out and have fun, aka get the kingdom? It doesn't work like that. Same thing. If you don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments like your Father told you to, He's not even hearing what you got to say, because you ain't do what He's supposed to do. So you don't want your prayers to be abomination to the Lord. That's the last thing you want to do, just for your Lord not to be hearing your prayers. Shh. I'm going to get First Maccabees. This is my second to last one, by the way. And I'm done with this series. Book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, and verse 21. And it reads, God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances. God forbid. Yahweh forbid that we forsake the law and the ordinances. We read so many accounts, literally from beginning to the end of the Bible. In the middle, you're not supposed to forsake the law. And those that did, they got severely punished. Hence why we're under the curses. We didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, which is why we're in the predicament we're in right now. So coming back to the Lord, we have to follow the law, statutes, and commandments so He can deal with us, so we can be saved from the destruction to come, Most High willing. And I'm going to get Sirach, chapter 41, verse 8. And it reads, Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High God. For if you increase, it shall be to your destruction. So don't think just because, you're increasing, you're getting all this money, you got this wicked relationship with this worldly man or whatever the case may be. And, you're doing good in Babylon's eyes. In America's eyes, you're doing good. You're doing good. You're living it up. You're doing your thing. You're successful according to the world. Woe unto you. That's what the Lord says. Woe unto you, meaning destruction unto you. Because you've forsaken the Lord. You have forsaken the Lord. And if you do increase, then it's gonna be for naught. It's gonna be for naught. You're gonna increase just to get destroyed. And when the Lord destroys you, when he sets that sword to you, woe unto you, is all I gotta say. It's not gonna be nothing sweet. The Lord is nothing to play with. So don't play with the Lord. Because if you increase, best believe you're coming back down. You're coming back down just to get destroyed. You want to humble yourself. We're supposed to be lowly and humble in this truth, just like Yahushua. Because Yahushua was humble. He didn't want to be known by all men. When he was going around healing people, he didn't want them to know. He said, don't tell anybody. Because he didn't want to be known. He was that humble. And that's how we got to be. We got to walk in the steps of Yahushua. And this is the last tip. The last tip is to take rebuke cheerfully. Learn how to take rebuke in this truth. People are going to correct you. If they love you in this truth, they're going to correct you so that you can do better. You can know what not to do anymore. But you can't be that sister that can't take rebuke. Oh, I don't want to hear that. Well, you can't tell me nothing. What about you? You did it. You got to cancel that spirit out. We're going to get into it. This is Proverbs 27, verse 5. And it reads, open rebuke is better than secret love. So this is not the world where you just sit and let your homegirl do whatever she. That's her. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm gonna just mind my business and no. You gotta love your sister. Don't let your sister be caught up in wickedness. You need to be reproving too. If you see your sister doing something off, even if you're new in this truth, if you know it's off, help your sister out. Be like, no, sis, you're not supposed to do that. Lord willing, you can repent, do better next time, but you're not supposed to be doing this. And when somebody tells you that, you need to be able to take it cheerfully. Be like, thank you. Realize that it's love and not hate. They're not hating on you. They love you. They want you to do better for yourself. They want to see you make it into the kingdom. And Revelation chapter 3 and verse 19. And this is my last one. Well, I have one more after this. It reads, as many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent. So, boom, the Lord is going to chastise you. And when you fall, you might get chastised for it. But that's okay because the Lord's still dealing with you. And that's a beautiful thing. The Lord's not dealing with everybody. So, take it, count it joy. Count it joy because the Lord loves you. He's going to chastise you as a son. And that's Hebrews. I'm not going to get that. Ooh, Slovakia. Okay. And this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 5, and it reads, and ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastening, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. You don't want to be a bastard in this thing. If you're going through it, if the Lord is really dealing with you, you're going to be going through hellfire. You're going to be going through it. You're going to be fighting demons. You're going to be catching hell like nothing. Nothing you've ever seen before. So you should count it joy. The Lord didn't take his spirit away from you. The Lord hasn't departed from you. That's a beautiful thing. So count it joy. And the quicker we accept that, the better it'll be. And I'm going to get my last precept, y'all. Ecclesiastes 7 and 5. And it reads, it is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. So, yeah, that's my last one. It's better to hear the rebuke of the wise. You got a wise sister, even if you have a head in this thing, he's rebuking you. Take it cheerfully. Don't have a prideful spirit thinking that, you just can't be wrong and you just perfect and all this stuff. Like, no, you mess up. You got to be humble like Yahushua. it's better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear a song of fools. You don't want to always have yes men around you. Oh yeah, girl, you did this good and tell me where I'm going off at. This is a part of self-examination, having people around you that truly love you, that will rebuke you when you're going off. Because if you don't know if you're going off, how you going to know? Unless the Lord shows it to you. So, Lord willing, we keep that in mind. The water. For the input that was put in the chat. Call Yahweh B'Ashem Mashagom Mak Yahshai. I pray that, Lord willing, y'all endure. New sisters in this truth, endure all things. Keep going. Seek more knowledge in this truth. You know, keep your head above water. And I'm here for y'all. I love y'all. The water. Call Yahweh B'Ashem Mashagom Mak Yahshai. Lord willing, that this live was edifying. And shalom.